All right. What's up, YouTube guys? YouTube viewers. All right. First things first. We got Twitch drops for honing mats. If you haven't got those, come to my Twitch channel. The Soul Eater trailer is out. I did watch it for like half an hour, and I think I get the class better than any other class previously. I'm not as dense or dumb this time, so I'm gonna re-record what I think of the class, and I'll release that in the next video, okay? Probably tomorrow or the day after. So stay tuned for that one. I kind of get it. I kind of get how she works. Anyways, today I want to talk about the Gold River second stream. For those that don't know what's going on, this is the fourth. Is this the fourth stream in like 2-3 weeks since Low on? All right. So Lost Ark Korea, for those that don't know, Lost Ark Korea has been getting no update this summer, but we're getting 4 live streams. While other Korean games are popping off like BDO and MapleStory with endless content, we have endless streams, man. Trying to fix the game here, okay? So Gold River, the CCO, he's now director for time being until we find a new director. So he came back with some data, some research, not because you gotta understand, like he stepped down from CCO. So he's like a director now. So he's back in the office. Like, what's going on? What's the future? So where is the game headed? He wanted to give us a little bit of insight where the game is headed. Overall, pretty good start. Anyways, he looked at a lot of data, compared it to before, like when he used to run the show, right? So compared to before, when he was a director, the data for light users, that's what we say in Korea, or mid users, that's what he says, aka casual users, some people that don't play every freaking waking hour, right? As well as new players, the data for them don't look good. What does that mean? Meaning they're stuck, they're having a hard time being part of the crew. All right, they're standing out as casuals and new players. They're having a hard time getting to the end game or becoming accepted, gatekeeping, all of that. So that's the first thing he says. So I want to start this recap letting you guys know, even though he doesn't address every single issue with the game, he is fully aware with the data that there is gatekeeping. He knows where the pressure points are and the hot spots are. So even though like some of the changes that you some of the things that you're going through, that's some of the hardships that you're having, just because it's not listed today doesn't mean he's clueless. All right. He presented a lot of decent data, and obviously he just can't talk about all the problems. There's just so many. We'll talk about that. All right. So first, it looks grim, according to the data for mid users and new players compared to the golden age. All right, that's a fact. All right. So what is causing that? He pinpoints cards. First thing he wanted to talk about were cards, and I'm so glad he mentioned cards. I feel like a broken record. I have countless previous videos to prove what I'm saying, right? There's records. I've been saying, man, cards, it's like I think in terms of like gatekeeping is a very complex issue, and there's like, I think the reason why gatekeeping happens is because the content is pretty hard for the general audience. There's a lot of the casual player base in MMOs, right? There's a lot of people that are casuals, right? There are a lot of casual games that pop off that cater to a lot of like general players that are not no lifers, right? Like look at Genshin, look at all the like Honkai Star Rail, look at Blue Protocol, catering to the big general audience. This game, as the raids go more vertical, man, it's getting harder and harder. And because the game is getting harder and harder and more unforgiving, there is natural gatekeeping. I don't know why he didn't address this, but like I said, I mean, he does know the data. He does know the choke points. And I hope that he maybe in the future readdress those things. But anyways, let's go with the cards. Card is a band-aid fix. I said this many times. Cards should be like either like removed or make it massively easier for new and returnees. And he admits it is very hard to just get Light of Salvation 18 as a new user, that there is gatekeeping for new users who don't have Light of Salvation 18. He's fully aware. He said this many times today. All right. However, as game developer or director, he cannot just magically, boom. I mean, he can just give everybody Light of Salvation 18, but he's playing it safe. He's scared that the veteran Andes who took the time and or credit card may feel like, you know, they're getting robbed. So he's gonna change the system 100%. This is not like maybe, or we'll think about it. The card acquisition 100% will be changed so that it'll be better than now to get the Light of Salvation and legendary cards. All right, how he's gonna do that, we have to see. All right, he's fully aware of the group titles and the card gatekeeping. So he's thinking about a lot of the approaches, but he 100% knows new players need help with cards. There are people quitting because of cards in Korea. Okay, for many months. There are many videos about this. Many like diaries, journal, feedback, memes. All right, so he's gonna come up with ways. We'll talk about some of them. Okay, so basically, I feel like this message was just pretty much to tell veteran, the loud local, I mean, the loud minority of the veterans who like, don't give him free things, don't let him catch up. I think he's pretty much telling them, guys, new players are really struggling with the cards. Like he says this over and over. It's so hard. It's such a huge barrier. So guess what? Get used to it. They're gonna start getting cards. All right, you're mad about that? Too bad. He's just saying it nicely, I think. I think over time, he's gonna ease into giving more and more cards. Right? It's pretty much just like the nicest way of telling the veterans, hey, times are changing. You know, if you're not on board, it is what it is. All right. Now, he also talked about the 4x3, 4 times 3 engraving helper in the Hyper Express, Mokoko Express. I said in my feedback, 4x3 is way too cheap. Just give him 5x3. Also, Korean streamers have also been saying, that speak Korean to Korean audience, that just give him 5x3. Like, they even make fun of the developers saying, do you even play your own game? Do you accept 4x3? Right? Do you accept 4x3? So, upon talking to the YouTube chat during the stream, he's thinking about the 5x3. All right? He's thinking about it. Please, just give him 5x3. It's temporary anyways. All right, anyways, when it comes to development time, right now, all engines are going towards prioritizing endgame contents. Okay? That doesn't mean quality of life is not happening. They just don't want to, like, for example, revamp like Guardians and then be a miss while they sacrifice endgame. Right? There's an endgame drought right now. That's the fire that needs to be quenched first, and then they can go back and do all the other stuff. All right, so he's aware of all the problems, but the root of it all is that, so basically he admits they didn't do anything for a long time, right? The problem is there hasn't been content. He just flat out says it. There hasn't been updates. There hasn't been patches. All right, if you're an NAU and you're thinking, what are you even talking about? That's NAU, right? But in Korea, we haven't been getting anything, man, for so long. Right? That's why people are leaving the game, because there's nothing to do. That's just natural. Right? It's like hunter-gatherers leaving a region because there's nothing to hunt and gather. So they're all going to other games, which is very good for Lost Ark. People are trying BDO in Korea and they're leaving feedback. They're like, whoa, I play BDO and there's no like time constraint events. I could just do it whenever I want. So you gotta understand, like, a lot of these Lost Ark defending Andes, they've only played Lost Ark their entire life. They're like, whoa, I stepped out of my home, my comfort zone, and tried other games for once, and other games have this better. And now they're typing the feedback. Finally, they're like, whoa, grass is, it actually is greener on the other side. So they're like, Lost Ark needs to fix this, Lost Ark needs to fix that. So the feedback is pouring in. All right. So you need to understand, like, there's so many problems and so many feedbacks, and so like He even says finding problems are easy, finding solutions to those problems are hard because they need to be tested and stuff like that. So he knows there are problems. He 100% guarantees they'll be fixed, right? The fixes may be trials and errors, but in the end, he'll work with us with our feedback and through trial and error testing to fix these issues. Okay, but even though he says that there are millions of issues, he can't target all of them at the same time. That will take way too long. So they have to prioritize. They have to have a priority list. So we need to understand that. All right. So anyways, so they're gonna fix endgame content, make more content. At the end of the day, let people play the game. Right. This doesn't mean they're not gonna do other things. Once again, right here, dailies, chaos dungeons. But he mentions again, people want it 2 to 1. But he pretty much breaks it down. At the end of the day, chaos dungeons are dailies. We just want to do it quick, or not at all, or do it quick with good rewards. Make us want to do it. All right? That he pretty much boils it down. So people gave a lot of feedbacks. They played, like I said, played a lot of different games. They're like, hey, what about we do like a tower defense, or it rotates into like rescuing some character, or like doing this or doing that. And he says there were a lot of good ideas, but at the end of the day, it becomes when it's a daily, when you do it repetitively, it becomes a chore, unless it's quick and sweet, right? So first band-aid fix for this is short and sweet. Okay. Once again, they're gonna fix the end game, actually make content, right? The only content, like I said in Lost Ark Korea, are these streams. Okay, people look forward to these streams instead of playing the game. So in order for people to play the game and not play other games, they need to make content for the game. And then after they do that, right, they'll tear apart the old reward systems and stuff. So for now, the band-aid fix is quick and sweet. All right, so how are they gonna make it short and sweet? Well, we already talked about this. Spawning faster, closer. All right. So he already tested it himself. It's already in testing. So he says that it's gonna be like 25% less time consumed, or even more. He's not sure. And he conversed with Chad about the golden boss room. So he told us that the gold in the boss room pumps 2.8% of the total gold into the game. In the game, 2.8% of the gold comes from gold and the boss room in Chaos Dungeons. He thinks that's a lot. I disagree. Okay, because everyone does Chaos Dungeons. It's like the most repeated content, and it's only 2.8, right? Like, I feel like Chaos Dungeons should be way more rewarding. So he also agrees with that. So they're going to increase. You might get less gold rooms, but when you do get it, it's gonna pump a lot of gold. So it's gonna give you some, like, you know, some hormone injection to your titties. So it's gonna feel good, right? So it's gonna be about 4 to 5% gold pump instead of 2.8. All right. Once again, he's not concrete on this, but the testing is gonna roll out by August 2nd in Korea, guys. So it's gonna be rolled out in August 2nd patch, kind of sooner than I expected, knowing Smilegate. I mean, it should have been yesterday, but knowing Smilegate, I thought it was gonna be like in December. But okay, we'll get to test it in Korea in August 2nd. All right. And also, he's thinking about adding like better rewards at the end, like maybe like a legendary card, so new players can catch up. Silver room. He's taking some suggestions here. All right, just think of it as a band-aid fix. It's not rolled out and done. Okay, it's not rolled out and done. If there needs to be more upgrades or more changes, it'll happen. Guardians, same thing. TLDR, Guardians, all you need to know is this. This is guaranteed 100% stamp of approval. What he promises this. Time spent in Guardian will be shortened. Whether it's 3 times a week or once a day or whatever it is. They're going to test this as well. Or testing it right now. But whatever it is, it's going to be shorter. You're going to spend less time doing it. That is for sure. And you're going to get more rewards. Don't expect like fucking 100,000% more rewards, okay? Right? But for sure, it's going to be less time consuming. All right. This will also be rolled out in August 2nd. And if it's a miss, it'll be fixed, right? If it's not as good, There'll be further updates. Entropy, set bonuses. All right, so this topic came out because he was about to talk about endgame raids, right? And then he asked the viewers, what do you think of the Korean endgame Voldyke? And then someone said, Entropy's hell. Word for word. True. Entropy is struggling so hard in Voldyke. Even one of the best Blade streamers in Korea was invited to a DPS battle. His main is a Surge Blade. He logged on as Gunslinger to compete. That's all I need to say about that. That's all I need to say about Entropy. Okay? They challenged his Blade. They didn't challenge his Gunslinger. They challenged his Blade. He doesn't sign on his Blade main. He goes on his Gunslinger ult. Okay? It's not Scylla. What the heck? Entropy is outdated, he feels. I feel so vindicated, man. I feel so vindicated, man. I've been talking about this for 7 hours today, dude. He says Entropy is not good for the longevity of the game, for class balancing and the community wars and fights over this, as well as designing raids around Hitmaster Entropy. He says the AI of the bosses are getting better, and sets like the current Entropy in its current form is hindering boss designs and balancing. Like, oh, what we got to think about the back attackers or the head attackers. What are we gonna do about that? Oh, the boss has a breath that knocks people 40 yards. Wait, is that gonna be okay for like head attackers and stuff? Oh, go back and revise that. Okay, so he's gonna do a side breath. Oh, is that gonna be okay? Like, you know, it just he says like flat out, for the longevity of the game going forward, it's just not good for the game. So they don't know what they're gonna do with Entropy. He mentioned deleting it or doing this or that, but at the end of the day, it needs change for sure. And there are other sets, he says, that are also need a little bit of revision as well. It's not just Entropy, right? Like, I would like Dominion, Hallucination rework as well. Like Hallucination buff falling off in between pulls. Anyways, Entropy is a problem. It's been a problem. Every time he holds a mic, every time he goes live, people complain about it. Community fights over it 24/7. Endgame, weeklies and gates. He's talking about, is it too much? You know, when you're progressing, everything's fun and dandy, but when you're repeating it, is it okay? Basically, most people are saying it's not okay in his chat, right? Like, for example, Voldyke could be reduced to 3. For now, they keep it 4, but if they'll listen to more feedback, it might be 3. For sure, though, 100% stamped seal of approval, Belshazzar will get some reduction. Belshazzar, to this day, is hurting the data, hurting the players, all right? It's like going good and then pew! All right? Belshazzar is notorious for destroying regions, destroying player population, destroying people, and creating massive burnouts. That's why you never see 6 gates ever again. You never see that bull crap again, right? Belshazzar had to go through so many revisions. Entropy first complained about Belshazzar. Belshazzar had to get a hit. You know, the head attack and back attack indicator became because of Belshazzar, right? Did you know that Gate 5, the cubes didn't have head or back? Did you know Gate 4 had no head or back? Like, you could go to the back. I mean, first of all, there was no head or back attack indicators. And second of all, it doesn't matter where you hit the boss from. Head or back were not registered. Okay? So the first round of Entropy changes came because of this hellish raid. And not only that, this hellish raid got 16 pages of nerfs. And still to this day a problem to every freaking region. Finally, after 2 years, they're gonna finally delete some gates. They haven't decided which, but they're gonna delete gates. That is 100%, as well as some Kaingyo gates. I think one of the gate or 2 gates will be destroyed. However, rewards will stay the same. Just because you have 2 less gates or 1 less gate doesn't mean you get less gold. All right. Subject to, they're gonna be flexible about this. So basically, TLDR is this: these raids that you repeat, they don't want it to be cumbersome or hurting the community or wasting your time. All right. However, I want to add on to this. I think the gatekeeping is going to get worse, or it's the way it is right now because the raids are too unforgiving. and only pumping unforgiving raids is gonna just, it's not gonna put an end to gatekeeping, man. All right. And hell contents, pretty much they have decided goodbye. Low participation rate. He doesn't see the merit of spending man hours into content few people enjoy. I've been saying this so many months, man. 1.5% participation rate for Hell Brel. 98% of the players haven't done Hell Carl and other Hell modes. Highest participation is Hell Clown at 7%. So all the Hell raids will not be destroyed. They'll be left alone, but future Hell might just be another difficulty. It will not be normalized. All right. Basically, TLDR, he doesn't want to waste man hours. Right now, all hands on deck on things that people can do. I really wish he made more like casual friendly content as well. That more people and more people can do. Okay, so yeah. The remaining hell modes will stay intact. So if you want to keep doing hell modes, they'll still be there. It'll still be challenging, right? It'll still be normalized. But the future going forward, yeah, pretty much nah. Extreme Vulcan. So in order to pump something out in this summer, they're doing a Vulcan remake or remastered. Those are the words he used. So one of them will be 1580 and 1620. Now, these are high eye levels when it comes to NA players. But if I look at the Korean player data, 1580, there are almost 1 million characters at 1580 in Korea. And there is a Mokoko Express that gets people close. Yeah, that gets them close. Oh, whoa, it's bugging out. Whoa. It gets them close to 1570. It assists people to get there. So it gives them 14-15 pass. Gives them level 7 gems. Up to level 4, level 8. 1540 and an additional help. Right here. To 1570-ish. Right? It doesn't give you all the help. It gives you some help. Right? So I'm just saying, understand the context, I guess. And this will also roll out in August 2nd. It's mostly like a test. He's wondering if people will like it or not. He's gonna listen to a lot of feedback. It's gonna be like hell Vulcan kind of patterns, but it's not normalized. There will be rewards. So something for us to do while we wait for Thaemine. Get our fingers ready, you know, get our minds ready. Yeah, something they quickly put together in order to get people to play the game. He does say that if you have pretty decent gear, it won't be as punishing. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's kind of spicy. Kind of spicy in terms of difficulty, but we'll see, guys. Challenge Guardians and Abyss. Participation rate in terms of the internal data, 37%, 38%. Alright, so Abyss, I guess, is 37 or 38, and Guardian is 37 or 38. And mostly done by veteran players that know all the patterns and stuff. And they're not doing it out of fun, they're doing it out of mats. In terms of new players and returning players, 3% participation. That's really low. That's really bad. Why only 3%? Because they don't want to learn to fight, or even if they want to learn to fight, there's no teaching party, learning parties. He actually, you know, looked at the data. He scoured the matchmaking, the group titles and stuff. So he's fully aware, guys, that new player struggles. Even if you don't mention it, he knows. So new players are not doing it, which causes even more card XP as well as card copy gap. So veterans are getting legendary cards at a faster rate compared to new and returnees who are not doing this. All right. So this needs to be changed. He's saying that this needs to be changed. He just doesn't know what yet. And right now, there are so many things that needs to be changed right now that this will have to come back later, but it will be changed for sure. People asked about 6-character gold limits. Okay, from here now, it kind of went sour for me, man. I'm gonna keep it $150, bro. There's too many arm tiers in the freaking YouTube chat, man. All right, not my chat. I'm talking about this Gold River stream chat, dude. I mean, understandably so. Like, who would watch the stream? All right, you gotta think about it. You gotta think about the demographic of the stream. Do you think new players know who Gold River is in Korea or in NAU? They just see this guy with a bowl cut, some skinny dude, right? Right? It's like people, new players coming to my stream right now to get drops. Do you think they know who I am, or the kind of like the way I talk? They don't know my sarcasm or my jokes or anything. They don't know anything about me. Same thing with Gold River. No new players are in chat asking for help me. We're drowning, sir. That's the biggest problem. New players quit quietly and silently, man. That is a problem. That's why you have to look at the data too, right? The data helps. Who are in the stream chat then? It's mostly veteran and people that RMT, okay? Who do you think plays Lost Ark every day, 12 hours a day in Korea, guys, other than streamers? Do I have to really say it? Normies that they respect themselves, are playing other games. I'm not talking about NAU, by the way. NAU got, like, you know, actually patches and roadmap and stuff right now. You guys are still accelerated and catching up. I'm talking about Korea, where there hasn't been any content. The only content are these streams, right? And going on invent and fighting. That's the only content in Korea for the last 5 months. Okay? So what content do normies in Korea have? Other games. Right? People play other games. What do you think? Who's playing Lost Ark from 6 a.m. then in Korea? Gold sellers, RMTers. So people are in this chat asking to make more gold. What a freaking surprise. So from here on out, I think Asmin also tilted as well. He was watching me, and I'm tilting as well, man. Like, we're asking for the opposite. Even people in the chat were asking for a 3-character gold limit. Or like make the main do all the work, or make our main all do the work. Anyways, TLDR, they don't know. One thing is for certain: lifting the 6-character gold limit will indefinitely harm the game. It's not like back 2 years ago when they implemented this, or a year ago. Back then, if they delayed this implementation, the game wouldn't be screwed. But today, he says, if they lifted this, the game would be screwed. Irreversible. The market will be destroyed. So I don't think he's going to lift the 6-character gold limit. I think that's cool, because I don't want to do 24 Voltons like the old days. Alright? However, people also want, like, I guess one character doing one raid, so 18 characters doing one raid. Instead of 6 characters doing 3 raids. Now this causes a problem. It causes FOMO. Because the higher the vertical content is, the more gold it gives. So if that's like saying you need to have 18 ults to play Lost Ark, right? And they're gonna, they don't want to balance honing around 18 characters doing a con, pumping 10k gold each, right? That is not what we're asking for. That is the opposite. People don't want 18 jacked characters doing endgame content that is heavily gate-kept. Okay? That's not what people are asking for, man. No, man, no. Okay? But people have all these, like, feedbacks and suggestions. Which one he will listen to, who freaking knows? But the fact that he's not gonna lift the 6-character goal limit is it's a phew. All right, it's already, like, for me, I don't do 6-character goal limit. It's too much for me. Like, 4 is, like, sweet for me. 4, even 4 is intimidating for me, who streamed this game as a freaking full time. Anyways, roster 300. Another bozo asked 300 plus. Like, dude, why? So roster levels already looked at for gatekeeping, man. So he says he's fully aware. He just doesn't want to say it. He just don't want to be like, you're a bozo. Okay? So he just said they're gonna work on, like, something else. Like, maybe, like, you know, you go up, but it doesn't show as 301. You get, like, something else. You get some, like, charisma points. Who knows, right? He didn't say anything about this. He says they'll work on something, but like a different system. Yeah. I think if he's gonna work on something like this, it has to not be visible. Like, make it 301, but the 1 doesn't show, and it gives, like, charisma or charm, do something dumb like that. Like, please, please, don't listen to veterans in your chat, man. Like, listening to some of them is okay, but bro, you don't have any new players, man. Feasts. People complain about feasts. I do complain about this, but this is not something like I would mention. Like, if I was in a room with Gold River, I would not mention this at all. But yes, I don't like the randomness in feasts. I do complain about this a lot. And he just said, boom, okay. You get my seal of approval, 100%. Not random anymore. You can choose what feasts you want. So for support, if they want HP, they could get HP. If a support wants some attack speed, they could get attack speed. However, the UI will be convoluted, so they need to like, in terms of logical standpoint, he gets it, but in terms of developer standpoint, it needs like the UI fix, so it might take a little bit. It might not roll that. It might not be rolled out next week, but it might. Honestly, bro, like he should just roll it out. UI being clunky, you could do that later. And then he also talked about the potion bag. Like, you know how they rolled out the roster-wide potions, so that was a W, but also a miss. So he does mention like, oh man, we have to do this again. We screwed up. So basically he's saying that, you know, instead of throwing a strike the first time, he threw a ball. Now he has to throw another pitch. So I guess there might be a potion bag or something. And character slots. Some people ask for 30. Once again, if I was in a room with Gold River, this is not what I would waste his time with, or waste my time with. Too many freaking arm tiers in Korea, man. I told you guys. Told you, man. You think RMT is bad in your region, bro? Bro, this game is ran currently by arm tiers, man. He needs to stop listening to arm tiers, man. The rice eaters. It's so freaking frustrating, man. The card gating is because of rice eaters. Time content. The character slot. This character goal limit. All this stuff. Like I said, man, if I was in a room with Gold River, this is not what I'm asking at all, man. I would ask them about gatekeeping. Like, don't you think we need more like casual friendly content? Or some horizontal content, little games? Are we hyper focused only on raids? Like, what's the other stuff? Are we scrapping other fun stuff? I want to talk about like other fun stuff. Like, why are some islands just like one-time deal? Like Moko Island is great. Why is there no replayability? Anyways, limited time content. So like I said, guys, at the beginning, people play other games. There's no like show up at 9 a.m. to do this island, or else you miss it for the day. So people are like, dude, I played the other game and they don't have that. Why does this game have this? And he's like, yeah, you're right. But once again, problems are easy to pinpoint, but solutions are hard. For example, if you can do the island at any time of the day, any second of the day, what will happen to the matchmaking? Will there be enough people? Especially like, you know, EU, NA. Like, if I want to do Chaos Gate, how do we do that? How does 3 people do Chaos Gate? Well, the solution will be to, like, you know, as chat said, squish it down, scale it down. However, that if they're taking that approach, it's gonna take a little bit of time. I hate saying that it's gonna take a little bit of time, and it's none of my business. It's not my problem. Okay. I'm a consumer. I just want the product. But ASAP, man. ASAP, man. If they could do it ASAP with these things. But as I said, their priority is endgame. Don't think of endgame as like, oh, max eye level, you can do this. What he's talking about is basically Lost Ark. There's no content in Korea. There's no reason to log in Korea except to farm gold and sell it, right? Literally. So he's like, they're scrambling to make something. For example, where is it? Where's that guy? The Extreme Baratan, right? They just farted this out, guys. They just farted it out. All right, they lost so many users to other games in Korea, so they just farted it out. So, yeah. And with that, he was losing steam. People were asking some silly stuff in chat. You know, you gotta understand, like, chat, not you guys on YouTube or Twitch, but you gotta understand, not everyone sits on a chair. Okay, I hope you're not sitting on a table, but you know what, I'm sitting there and thinking about, how do we fix this game? How do I make Bobby have fun, or Johnny have fun, or Susie logging in? Everyone's like, me, give me skin, give me character slot. That's just life. That's just life. People are like, me, selfish me. This is what I need to log in. People don't care about like the health of the game or the community. They only see themselves. That is natural, right? Like, imagine we had like a natural disaster, right? Everyone's gonna rush to the emergency room, like, fix me, I have a bruise here. This guy, like, he's missing his hand. Someone is missing their leg. Someone's like literally passed out. Everyone's like, me first, right? That's what's going on, man. That's what's going on, man. But don't let that discourage you, right? Don't let that discourage you too much. At the end of the day, I hope Gold River thinks of the health of his baby, right? Instead of listening to some small dumb complaints. I hope so. Because, dude, I don't want to make a Korean video. I mean, I don't want to make a video in Chinese, or I mean, a Korean, right? Don't make me make a Korean video, man, with my broken ass Korean, dude. Please.